Hey, booze, hey. Do your blankets feel like super glue in the morning? Well, sis, it's time to shake them off. Welcome to Wake Up Happy Sis, the show that jumpstarts your day with a bang. We're strolling down these self-care streets as we navigate the maze of wellness and healing. We're helping you live happy, healed, and whole. And we do it all with a hearty dose of belly laughs for good measure. Stay tuned and get ready to wake up happy. Hey, booze. Hey, it's your girl, Leanne Dose, your Chief Self-Love Officer at Wake Up Happy Sis. You're tuned in to the Wake Up Happy Sis show. We are broadcasting on KCCR Cityscape Radio, where we're changing the narrative for our people because we're always telling our stories our way, and we're unapologetic about it. Today's episode is all about you stepping into your leadership glow up. Okay. Now, whether you're an entrepreneur or you are climbing that corporate ladder, it's really time for you to stop playing small and to start showing up as the powerhouse that you truly are. And on this special Hug Your Boss Day, that's what we're kind of celebrating. Hug Your Boss Day.
Because you are the boss.
You are the boss. We're flipping the script and we're hugging ourselves and we're appreciating the incredible leader that you've always been. Together with my amazing co-host, Sharonda Seeley, we're going to be diving deep into how you can level up your leadership game, break through those barriers that have been holding you back, and make them see your greatness. So grab your favorite cup, mug of something, fill it with something warm, comforting, and loving, and let's get to it. So how are you this fabulous quarantine?
I am doing pretty awesome today. How are you doing?
Good. How are you enjoying this? You're hot. It's not hot here in Georgia. How are you enjoying your super hot Texas weather?
I'm just looking outside at it. I ain't going outside.
You're not going into it?
Until I have to.
Okay. I mean, sometimes it's what you got to do. Because when it's too hot, don't go outside.
I'm already deciding to take a second shower today before I get in the sky.
Well, I've got a surprise for you today, Sharon.
You do?
You ready?
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. So, when do I get mine?
You see it?
I ordered, so mine be here.
Did you order one yet, friend?
I did, ma'am. I pre-ordered.
You did order. I just got these in yesterday. So, all the things all my pre's are going out. I'm so excited. We did a live. The authors with some of the authors. So, and the party is going to be Tuesday, August 27th at 8 p.m. Eastern. We're having our official launch party. We're going to be reading some, I'm going to have the authors kind of read some excerpts from their chapters. So y'all can get a real feel for what this book is about. And we're going to, if you've purchased a copy beforehand, then you are considered a VIP and you get, yes, you did, and you get a ticket and entry into our drawing. And you don't know what kind of gifts you might get.
This is true. Y'all better get in where you fit in because I got mine. I don't know about y'all, but I got mine.
She got hers. And we are officially, one of my friends said, I saw it on Barnes & Noble. So we are out there, okay? We're out there, baby.
Is it possible to get an audio version?
I am working on that. So we have the print. We have the print paperback. Mm-hmm. I'm working on the print hardcover because I love a good hardcover book. And then I'm also going to be working on the audio book.
Please do, because I have found here recently that I read slow as shit. nowadays because I've been listening to my books for like.
You know what the best thing to do is listen and read along. You're getting it two different senses. You should try that. So read along in your mind while you're listening to it. It gets in there deeper.
Well, now that I can put down the role of self-proclaimed multitasker.
Because we're not doing that anymore. We are focused. You don't have to anymore.
It's my time right now.
You don't have to.
Yeah, and I am a Sagittarius, and you're trying to get me to do something.
Right? That's all.
Good luck with that for you.
You ain't got to do it no more. You can now just focus. You know what? You want to read a book leisurely? Read it leisurely. You ain't in a rush. That's the point. So let's get in this topic today. Today's topic is leadership glow up from overlooked to unstoppable. And it's really about helping you step into your spotlight as the leader that we know you to be. Because a lot of times we're not really doing and acting in our best according to our leadership abilities. Sometimes we are shirking our own, not shirking, but we're diminishing ourselves, right? We're scared to step out, to shine, to be, to do. So today, we're going to talk about how do you put your best foot forward, right? And that's going to start with recognizing your leadership potential. We're also going to give you a few strategies, like how do I break through that barrier that's kind of stopping me? There's something that's stopping me. I don't know. How do I break through that? And how do I build my leadership presence? Like, what type of leader do I really want to be? And those are things that we all have to think about, right? Because you have to know how you want to show up for others, how you want to lead others. Do you want to be a tyrant and it's what I say goes? I don't think so. I would hope not. Do you want to be an empathetic leader? Do you want to be a mindful leader? Do you want to be a resilient leader? Or a combination of a couple of things? You don't have to pick one.
Let's talk about something right quick. Your leadership is predicated on the currency of the people that you're leading. That means you need to figure out what stirs them, what excites them, how can you help them be their best selves while they're at work? Because every two people don't have the same currency. So one might need a little extra leadership, management, and others might be totally the bare minimum. All they need is the bare minimum, and they just gone, in the wind, getting things done and stuff like that. So as a leader, as a business owner, I have 2 virtual assistants, and I just had a video chat with my newest one, and she's been with me since December, and I had to teach her about QuickBooks, and she took the time to tell me she's been talking to her friends about my leadership and working for me, and just giving her a wide berth to figure out and fall in love with QuickBooks like I did all of those years ago. And she reminds me a lot of herself and stuff. I sometimes don't even see my employee for maybe weeks because she's busy working. She doesn't need me over her doggone shoulder. If and when she needs me, she lets me know. Other than that, I'm not crawling up her ass because I cannot stand micromanagement. Now, in the beginning, we were meeting almost every week because I had to.
You have to give her onboarded.
Right. And get her used to the system of record and stuff. But after that, man, this girl, she was eating that shit up like I couldn't keep her busy because her ass was flying through that damn work. And I'm so very happy and thankful for her to be digging in and jumping in like full body. into her work, and she's really great. Really, really great. She only saw like YouTubes of QuickBooks. She had never worked in QuickBooks.
Mm-hmm.
And at that time, Pineapple Staffing, that's where I got my 2 bookkeepers. They didn't have a lot of QuickBooks experts, as candidates to go work for, folks and stuff, to farm them out. So I actually had to teach her. And she actually knew more than what she gave herself credit for, because the accounting principles are the same. It doesn't matter what's
yeah,
right.
Exactly.
So this girl, the young girl, got to be in her 20s. She is she can fly. She is doing this doggone stuff, and she makes my job a whole lot. Okay, I don't actually work. It's her and the other. It's the 2 of them that does the work.
But that's right. But I don't think it's. But your leadership style doesn't change based on the person. How you engage with them does. But you as a leader, you come in as an empathetic leader who cares about the person and wants them to do well, and you want to know what motivates them, right? Absolutely. So regardless of the people, you're still that empathetic leader. Yes. Now, the level of empathy and the level of support you give is going to change based on the person. But that's because you took that time. Because to me, the first thing we got to do is we got to recognize and understand the leadership qualities that we possess. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yes.
Everybody isn't a leader. But if you have leadership qualities, you have to understand, you have to kind of acknowledge them. To me, that's that first step towards being a great leader, is identifying and being real about your leadership qualities or lack thereof. Because you can be trained, but certain things you just it has to be a part of who you are.
Absolutely.
Right? So the first thing I say is doing an honest assessment of your strengths and your weaknesses.
Yeah.
You have to look at what have been my past achievements, right? The challenges that I've come through, mm-hmm. and the qualities that made me resilient. And that's, I think, if we start with those 3, what are my past achievements? What are the challenges that I made it through, how I made it through them? And then the qualities that I think made me resilient. Mm-hmm. Because that's where your leadership starts to come out. Mm-hmm. It's being self-aware and understand, you know what? I am a great motivator of people. I know how to pick good people and motivate them, and support them. I'm not the best at teaching people. I have to be a little more patient. I need more patience, because I do sometimes get a little upset if I have to tell you the same thing 3 times. Right, blah, blah, blah. Right? You have to be open and honest, because if you can't be open and honest with yourself, you can't be open and honest with anybody. Right? You really have to take the time to reflect on your journey, all the things you've done in business, in your personal life, community awareness, activities you may have done in college and groups and nonprofit work that you do, and look at and do an assessment of you. How do you act and react in stressful environments? How do you handle conflict? How do you resolve conflict? Right? Mm-hmm. Like, we have to think about these things. How do you encourage people? How do you celebrate people when they've done great things? Or are you the person who don't say anything when a person does something good, but you say everything when they do something wrong?
Oh,
right. Are you a micromanager? Are you somebody that can let that everything has to be done your specific way? Or are you okay with them getting it done as long as it's done right and with quality? Right? These are the things that we have to look at, right? Because self-awareness is a key trait of a successful leader. You have to be self-aware. If you don't know what your challenges are, how are you going to identify challenges of somebody else? You can't even identify them and resolve them within yourself. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And the second thing, I think we have to challenge those internalized doubts that we have. Our inner hater.
Ricky Bobby.
Y'all know mine is Ricky Bobby, right? Because one of the biggest barriers in recognizing our leadership potential is Ricky Bobby. It's our Ricky Bobby, that internalized self-doubt. And as Black women, we typically, in particular, we may struggle more with imposter syndrome, feeling like we don't deserve the success because it's been beat into us that our best isn't even good enough, even though our best is 10 times better than they best. Right? Our average is 10 times better than their best because we've had to learn that we have to shoot beyond the stars. We got to shoot into the stratosphere when the rest of them only have to shoot to the height of a tree. Right? But we have to silence our inner critics and let ourselves know that we are worthy of these things. And how do we do that? Write yourself a list of the things that you are good at, the achievements that you've had, successes. Put it in a journal, put it in a jar, put it in a box. Put it on your phone so that you look back and you're taking, again, this is a part of our self-assessment. You're taking an honest look at who you are, where you've succeeded, and where you've had challenges. Challenges are nothing more than opportunities for growth. They're not failures.
Right.
Failure is because you didn't even try. Yeah. Failure is you didn't even try because you were scared. That's a failure. You know? And then recognize that leadership isn't a one size fits all. It's not. You need to understand that there are different leadership styles. Transformational leaders, servant leaders, or somewhere in between, right? And understanding the styles can maybe help you understand where your natural strengths lie, right? So if you know that you love to help, that your leadership style is really digging in and being there and helping people, you might be a servant leader. If you are more about developing people, I am leading by example, but I'm also there developing you. I'm bringing you up behind me, making sure that you get what you need. You may be more of a transformational leader. And there are things in between, right? Yep. You can be servant and transformational. There are just different levels of each that you may have and different things along the way. Right?
Yep.
Because this understanding allows us to lead in a way that's authentic to who we are and not trying to follow someone else's leadership style just because we admire them. That may not be the leadership style that you should use. You'll know because it ain't even gonna feel right. When you're trying to lead, let's say you meet with somebody and they're a very type A personality. I don't want to hear your shit. I don't want to hear I don't want to hear the excuses. I need you to get it done. I don't care how you get it done, get it done. Right? Those people are not always the most emotional, motivating, right? But they will dig in, they will help you, they will show you how to do the things. But then after they've shown you, they expect you to excel. They don't do well with people who need more hand holding. They're in a fast-paced environment, and I need you to be able to come in, get this 2 weeks of onboarding, and run with it. There's nothing wrong with that leadership style. It's just a different style. But you as an employee have to know that that's not the leader you can work with. Right?
Yep.
And as a leader, you have to know, okay, maybe I need to learn how to be more motivating. Just because you are one way doesn't mean you cannot learn and improve your leadership style over time.
But that's the thing though. If you leave people to their own devices, and the people that are under them, if they are intuitive enough, each leader, good, bad, ugly, indifferent, each leader will provide an excellent example of what not to do and what to do.
Yes.
It is up to the employee to pick and choose the certain qualities that they like or dislike to build them into their future best leader ever and stuff. Because girl, them bad ones, they got some excellent examples of what not to do in the leadership.
Oh yeah. You have to look at everything as a learning point, right? Yes. If you think back to all the horrible managers, we've all had horrible managers in our lives. If you think back to that, think about those things that you didn't like, the qualities that you didn't like that person exuded, right? And now you know who you don't want to be. They don't resonate with who you are, with your authentic self and your leadership style. But because you've understood different leadership styles, you now know, okay, maybe I can't go and work in a super fast-paced environment, because a fast-paced environment needs that type A person. High stress environments, unfortunately, sometimes need that A type personality, that get it done, that, right? We're not saying one is better than the other. We're just saying they're different. Now, if you're a leader who is constantly berating your people, that is wrong. And we are going to call that out. That doesn't make you a leader. It makes you a bully. Right? And every leader can always be better. There's always something we can learn from other leaders. So get yourself a mentor. If you want to be a leader, you've now identified, you've done your self-assessment, you've done your research on the leadership styles, you know where you want to fall in on that scale. Find a mentor who is that type of leader. Find a mentor who's that type of leader. Because that mentor can really help guide you, give you feedback, give you support, and really help you navigate the complexities of leadership roles. They can even help you understand how to deal with different leadership types oftentimes, because if they've been a leader, that means they've been around usually for a while. And they've been through some things with this company or with other companies. So sometimes it isn't just about train me up to be like you. No, it's help me find my authentic leadership style and how I shine best and how I can best lead my people, serve my people, support my people, develop my people, right? And realize that leadership ain't just about a title. You can be a leader as an employee, right? Leadership is about your influence, is about your impact, and your ability to inspire and support others. That's what I feel, right? It's not just about, I'm the director of blah, blah, blah. Who are you outside of that title? What type of person?
But that's the thing. People get it mixed up with what they do and who they are.
Yes, they 100% do. And they take that title goes straight to their head.
Or their spouse's title goes straight to their head.
Oh, baby. My wife or my husband is the VP of. So.
But what they got to do with you, though?
Yeah. And you don't need a title to be able to lead.
Nope.
Right? And I would say there's probably a lot of Black women who lead in various capacities, and they don't have official titles. Because a lot of times they putting us to work Without the title, we're showing improvement, and the person with the title is getting the recognition.
See, and when it doesn't continue to roll down, there's a problem.
There's
Because
a problem.
I'm only speaking from experience.
Mhm.
And when I am speaking from experience, that means that I have excellent life experience and examples for
That's
you
right.
to go and grow on and stuff. So when our higher headquarters were congratulating us going into this doggone pandemic, our shop never missed a beat and stuff. Like the war fighter, the people fighting the wars and stuff, they never had to drop the ball on anything from our shop. Everybody got paid, everything was squared away. So when our higher headquarters told our boss that, it could have been done a whole lot better. Put it like that. It's like
the opportunity to congratulate you guys and let you guys know that you guys are doing an excellent job. I've got a little bit of bonuses, or even if you can't do a bonus, I want to show you guys that I appreciate the hard work and effort and dedication, and that you ain't getting none of that.
Girl, it was like the damn words were poison in her mouth. You look good because of us.
Exactly. And the appreciation has to be there. Like you said, it has to roll down. If I'm the boss,
and I'm not talking about begrudgingly,
and I'm telling my boss tells me, you know what, Leanne, the HR, because I do HR for some of my clients, we've been seeing such growth in this area. You guys have been done this, and this is down, and this is down, and this is down. You don't think I'm not going? The first thing I'm doing is writing an email to my people and let them know, hey, we're going to have this meeting. I'm going to throw them a party or something that just shows them that, hey, as I get accolades because of you guys. So I'm going to make sure you get accolades as well.
Girl, I'm telling you, those kudos was like some nasty medicine in her mouth, having to let that roll downhill. Like, and like you said, she's been there for 35 years in the same building, 35 years. Yeah. She worked her way on up. It just, I'm like, I think you might have overstayed your welcome because.
Or she forgot.
Yeah. She's so far removed from being, the worker bee and the technician that she forgot how it, and for me, when a leader lets me know that they're like, hey, y'all are killing this shit. Like y'all are doing
work harder. You work harder when you know somebody, when you know that you're wanted and appreciated and admired for what you do and respected for what you do and who you are and what you bring to this organization. You will work harder. And some people don't get that. They think you're just here to do what I say. No, because I don't have to be here. I can be somewhere else. And the impact that I'm making over here can be felt somewhere else.
Girl, because what it's costing me to work for you, it's not really balancing out.
It's my sanity and my peace. And I will leave. The older we get, the less we deal with it. We be like, and these new young kids, the millennials or whatever, they do not play. They will leave in a minute.
They don't have nowhere to go.
They don't even got a job. I'm just gonna be an influencer because what you're not gonna do is talk to me this way, and they will peace out.
Oh my!
Figure it out later.
Yes,
because they know their Gen X parents gonna let them come home and figure it out for a couple months. No, you only got like 2 months. You got like 2 months.
Are you talking to me?
Friend, we've already established you have.
I am a Gen X parent. I am. But those days are behind me about trying to help somebody.
But you have helped him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So that you didn't do it. Doesn't mean you continue to do it. Because if you leave a job every year, you're not going to keep coming back here.
Girl,
if you start saving up your money in the middle so that you can make those moves.
Trying to explain to somebody you're not gonna like every single job, every single class for this degree. You're not gonna like it, but you still gotta stick it in to get to the next doggone level and stuff.
That's right.
Girl.
That's right. But they'll leave and ain't got nothing because they know they're in their mind, they know their worth and they know their value. So now let's talk through some strategies for breaking through these barriers, okay? Mm-hmm. Because there are things that hold us back on our leadership journey. If you've not made it to leadership yet, and you're like, oh, I just don't know what is right. One, there might be systemic barriers that are in place. And that's things like racism, sexism, lack of representation. You don't see anybody in leadership who looks like you, right? Those can hinder your leadership growth. Now, you have to recognize these things for what they are first, right? And understanding how these negative forces operate can really allow you to strategize effectively. Because if I'm in an environment where it's sexist, racist, whatever, I don't see myself there, meaning I don't have any time, right? Mm-hmm. I don't have any time in this to get to that because they're not going to let me because there's nobody that looks like me up there. Then I need to be strategic about my exit so that I can go somewhere and find a company that has the values, the leadership qualities and the values that I work best with, that I see myself in their leadership structure, that I know they support Black and women leaders, right? That doesn't mean I don't like this job, I leave and don't have a plan. A leader has a plan. Let me say it again. A leader has a plan. Because you can either plan, you can fail to plan or plan to fail. Woo-woo. Because when you what? Fail to plan, you what? Plan to fail. I'd rather have a plan and be strategic and say, okay, I've got a year here. In this year, what I'm going to do is I'm going to improve my skills. I'm going to improve my leadership. I'm going to dig in. And then when I roll, they're going to feel my absence. Sometimes that's what you do. You have to be strategic. But that also means you have to advocate for yourself. We are not being quiet anymore. Okay? That's one of the things that's critical in breaking through those barriers. You have to speak up about your accomplishments. You have to ask for what you deserve. And you also, we say this on every show damn near. You have to set clear boundaries.
Starting with yourself.
With yourself. Okay? We're conditioned to be modest. We don't brag about what you do. If you're talking about yourself and about your accomplishments, you being real obnoxious and that, no. Now is the time for you to own and showcase your greatness. You're great for a reason. You've got these gifts and these talents that you've honed over years for a reason because you did the work. Now we don't deserve to be celebrated and to share our accomplishments. Baby, if you got that promotion, put it out there. If you've got client feedback and they've talked about how awesome you are, make sure your manager sees it and it goes into your permanent record, your profile.
Yep.
Put those things out there so that when you have your annual, semi-annual, quarterly, whatever cadence your review cycle is, make sure you've got all those kudos, all the accomplishments, the new trainings you've completed, and put your best foot forward, advocate for yourself, and then know where that places you so that when you're saying, I deserve a raise, you're not just coming in there saying, I want a raise. No, I deserve a raise, and these are the 17 reasons why. Because we're advocating for ourselves. A study by the American Psychological Association found that women who self-advocate are more likely to receive promotions and salary increases because we are no longer being modest and we're no longer accepting what they give us as a token of our worth. We're asking for what we deserve. And what were you about to say? You was about to say something.
I used to have this, well, from my Army days to my corporate days, I would gather up those kudos and those things. And when it was time to do our annual write-up or whatever, every 6 months, however you say, I had to put that stuff in there because my boss didn't see each and every single thing that I did. And I essentially wrote my own evaluation because of the input. And they're like, oh, damn, I didn't know you did that.
Right.
Well, and guess what? If you're not keeping up with your accomplishments and they're not, and your boss can only keep up with the accomplishments that they know about, you're going to get shortchanged because you didn't advocate for yourself and take the time to write have a me folder on your desktop. That's where you go to that Word document and you fill it out. It's a blank page. Every year I would start over. I did this, and this.
Yes. Because if you're not going to advocate for you, who is going to advocate on your behalf? Nobody.
Right.
Either you speak up.
Yep.
Or you get passed over.
If you're not going to advocate for yourself, then your evaluation is going to be lackluster at best and generic as hell.
Because they're not your, and yes, the manager should know what's going on with their employee, but it's not their job to track your accomplishments.
Say that part again, ma'am. That's clackable.
It is not their job to track and monitor your accomplishments. You have a career path. Your manager should help you identify the career path that you want and how you can navigate that. So if you're saying, hey, I would like to be a leader and improve my leadership skills, then your manager has the duty to help you get there.
Yep.
But it is not their job to track every little thing that you've done. That's your job. That's right. Your life, your career, your professional development. You're responsible for that.
Child, say that shit there.
And if you're not advocating for yourself, no one's going to advocate for you. You're going to be in that position 15 years. You've been an employee 15 years and you've never got a promotion, never got a raise, never gotten anything, except for merit increases that they, not even merit, but the cost of living adjustments that they're required to give you.
Make it make sense now.
That's not what we're doing here. On our journey,
and we got all what we're sitting on a gold mine. We're not sitting.
And on our journey to leadership, we have to take the steps necessary and do the work. Now, that also includes building a supportive network around yourself. You need allies, you need mentors, because your mentors are going to give you guidance and support. Your allies are going to give you guidance and support. You want a network of like-minded professionals who understand your challenges and who can help you navigate. People who are not as experienced as you and people who are more experienced, because it's your duty to bring that next person up as well, like somebody is helping you. So your support network isn't also always just people there to help you. It's people you're there to help too. Remember, it's a give and take. Because if you're only taking, you're a leech. Right? For example, you might want to join the Urban League Young Professionals. Maybe your area of specialty has a group, professional organization, and that, they may have a Black segment to that, an African American, a women's segment, right? That can offer you networking opportunities, opportunities for mentorship where you are either the mentor or the mentee, and resources that are going to be more specifically tailored to your needs and your growth desires. But we have to get in there and do it, because this support can be the game changer that we need to break through that barrier. And then we got to keep learning. Life is about learning. It's a journey. We're always learning, always learning, always learning. You have to know there's never going to be a time when you are too old to learn something new.
Child.
Never.
You're supposed to be learning something new every day.
Yeah. And it might not be that you're doing more degrees. You might have furthering your education. You might get certifications, or you might just stay informed about what's going on in your industry. What are the trends, right? How can I also improve myself personally? How do I always make sure I'm showing up as the best version of Leanne I can be? Both sides are crucial, your personal and your professional development. Because as you get older and learn more about you, there are definitely things that we can improve about ourselves at all times. If you're not patient, you need to learn patience. If you don't have empathy for others, that might be an area you need to focus in. If you don't know how to support people without taking over, that might be an area you need to grow in. It's a lifelong thing. We have to keep evolving.
Yep.
And then realize that rejection is going to come. But we need to be resilient in the face of that rejection. Because rejection is just a part of our journey. Every opportunity you are not going to win.
But you got to keep on moving.
And it's the resilience that helps you keep moving. Right?
Yep.
You look at any person, most of these millionaires that want that actors, take actors, the biggest actors, they'll tell you how many auditions they went on there earlier in their career where it was, nope, you're not right for this part. Nope. Doors got slammed in their faces. Entrepreneurs pitching their big idea before it hit. How many no's they said? They may have hit 1,000 no's before they got one yes.
Because it only takes one yes.
It only takes one. But they were resilient enough to know and to believe in what they had and what they were offering. But each no, to me, really brings you closer to a yes. Because what you should be taking out of that is, how can I improve? And a lot of times you can ask people, what could I have done better? People would appreciate that. What could I have done better to make this a better outcome? Take that feedback honestly. Launch, analyze, optimize. Launch, analyze, optimize. You have to always remember to optimize. Go back and figure out how you can take the lessons from that no, incorporate, and make what you're doing better the next time. Resilience is a significant predictor of success because it enables you to persevere despite the setbacks. You know, I'm going to fall down 8 times, but I'm going to get back up
9.
Because we're resilient. Black women know a lot about being resilient. We've had to be, since they brought us here in chains, made us learn a whole new language. This is men too, Black men too. Made us learn a whole new language by ourselves. Wouldn't let us read, wouldn't let us commune, didn't even want to let us get married. And as women, when they took the men out of the household and they sold the men off, and we were left to raise children and bear more children for mastering them, we had to learn resilience to make it through. Slaves learned resilience to make it through. They needed that just to make it through the day. And they passed that down to us. And so we've learned how to be resilient, sometimes to a fault. Because that's why they don't think, that's why that strong Black woman narrative exists, and why they think we don't bleed and hurt the same way as other people because we've never had the opportunity to be vulnerable and to be weak and not be chastised for it.
Child.
We've always had to be strong. This resilience is a different kind of strength, though. It's a different kind of strength. It's knowing that things may not always go our way, but we're going to keep working until it do. And we're not going to be quiet anymore. We're not going to sit on the sidelines, and we're not going to dim our light for anybody else. Yes, we're going to always keep on moving. So let me ask you a question.
Ma'am.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if I'm a new person, I'm new to this organization, I've been here, let's say, coming up on a year, I've been tracking my accomplishments, the things that I've done, how I've helped, right? What are some practical ways that I can then take all of that and advocate for myself? Let's say somebody lied on me at work, or I want this promotion that I see being announced. How do I advocate for myself?
Well, what you don't do is go in a doggone corporate meeting and cry. That's what you don't do. Ask me how I know.
Yes, please don't do that. That's a big no-no.
And they were all ganging up on me, and I just could not even believe it. Like, that's what y'all do? Y'all eat y'all young alive. Yeah, and wow. You slave the manager that's responsible for such a freaking high rate of attrition from this one office. You keep her, but you let me go. Oh, okay. Okay. And to come to find out, I found out I wasn't the first. I was the fifth.
Well, people, they protect their own, right? But that wasn't my question.
What you mean their own? I was their own too.
You weren't.
I wasn't. What you mean?
You weren't their own. She was their own. Leaders protect leaders, and they're not going to let them go a lot of times because there's relationships behind it, right? Mm-hmm. So when we're advocating for ourselves, I agree with Sharonda. You can't go in emotional. That's what she's trying to tell you. You cannot go into it emotional. You have to go with a clear head, logical mind, and you have to go prepared for war.
And you have to steel yourself. STILL and STEEL. You have to steel yourself.
That's right.
And defend yourself and promote yourself, meaning I've done this, and this.
That's right.
And you might actually be in a position to give some ultimatums.
Oh, yes. When I worked at AT&T all those years ago, and the manager, this was a new department. I had written all their policies, all their procedures. I trained all the new people. I was just, I was a lead. Okay. Mm-hmm. My manager, I had his previous position. He got promoted. I got promoted into his position. Me and him used to meet damn near every day. We was going out to lunch 3 times a week. We talking all the time. All of a sudden, he stopped talking to me. Couldn't look me in the face. Okay. We had this new VP who came in. Bald head guy, looked like a skinhead to me. And he was like, we're getting rid of low performers. Blah, blah, blah. This time there were 3 Black people on the team. Myself, the new lead I just finished training, and the low performing, she was a low performer. The low performing girl, she wasn't on my team though. She wasn't one of mine. But I had a low performer on mine too, who I had on a performance improvement plan. So I've been doing all the things I was supposed to do, right? I come and I get my mid-year review and I get a rating of 2 out of 5. And the first thing it does when you see that is maybe I have been slacking. It's a hit to your self and you challenge yourself and be like, maybe I have been slacking off. So I go to the person I just hired. I just trained. You know everything I know. I need you to read this and tell me, is this me? You know everything that I know. She read this and immediately she was like, this is not you, Leanne. They're targeting you to fire you.
Wow, that was very insightful of her.
She immediately, because she was coming in groomed to be a manager. They put her in a lead so she would learn and do the lead position, but her move was to be a manager in like 2 to 3 months. So she came from management. She was a manager. In theory, she should have been my manager, right? She was like, this is not you. I see what they're doing there. She said, no, that's not you. So I write up my little response. I go to HR. Now, for those who don't know, HR is not to help you. Let me say that again. HR is not to help you. HR is to keep the company from suffering a loss. Meaning, yes, there are services and things that they provide to help and support employees, but their primary focus is to make sure that the company don't get fired. And that's my own personal, can't nobody ever tell me different. That's my own personal opinion.
Makes sense.
To make sure that we are compliant as a company and y'all can't come back and sue us for anything. So I go and I write up an 8-page response to the mid-year review, which was the third one he had given me, and it was 3 months late. Let's go with that.
Woo-woo. Wow.
By the time it was over, because I advocated for myself, I did not back down. I came logical instead of emotional. And I had all of my ducks in a row so that I could go back and I could easily write an 8-page response that refuted everything he said in my mid-year review. That was 3 months late, and he had given me 2 different ones that were both incorrect.
Because it was his first day on the job. That's what that was.
This was his first time as a manager. And instead of him standing up for me when they said, we're going to let Leanne and what's her face go, instead of him standing up and saying she's a really good lead, she supports the people really like her, he didn't. And that's why he couldn't look me in the face.
Because he know he let you down.
Because he knew he had let me down. He knew he was wrong. I was supposed to be, and I knew something was going on because I was supposed to be in transition to split my time. Half time I was going to work with them. The other half I was supposed to be a corporate trainer. So they wanted to move me halftime to corporate training where I'd be going around the country and doing trainings. Because that's how boss a bitch was up in that training game.
Excuse me. I'm sorry, ma'am. This deserves a clack because you was that bitch.
I was that bitch. And when I tell you, Sharonda, I saw when things slowed down. I saw when they stopped, and all of a sudden. So when the HR came and they spent the whole hour, they told me that one day the HR guy was like, what the hell is going on in your organization? He said, what the hell is going on over there? He was like, I'm telling you this in confidence. I'm not even supposed to be telling you this, but this and this is going on. We've got a couple of cases against your manager. So what happened is the girl that he was sleeping with, that he promised my job.
Oh, of course. I should have known.
She couldn't do my job with not even on her best day, because she'd be my worst. But it's okay. That was whatever. Right?
Totally whatever.
By the end of that, all of a sudden, now I'm back on process to be the corporate trainer and all that, and all my stuff is starting to go back and clear. Because HR said, whoa, what you can't do is this, because she'll be able to sue us.
Woo. For wrongful termination, bitches.
But Leanne had already found another job. When I saw what I did was what? Logic and strategy, people.
Yes.
I said, you know what? I'm going to play my position.
And that's why I said
all the roles.
That you could go in there and give ultimatums. Because guess what? You're not going to keep mistreating me without me doing something to protect myself and go find someplace else to work.
And I went and I left. And when I tell you, I left, and I did not burn one bridge when I left.
You shouldn't.
I did not. And but people get so much in their emotions. So when you're a leader, you have to be strategic. You cannot go in and always be overly emotional. This is what we're trying to say in this piece. And I hope you guys are getting what we're telling you. You have to have strategy and leadership, and you have to be consistent, and you have to be thoughtful and mindful, and you have to be empathetic, but not emotional. I can have empathy and not be emotional about things, about my response to things.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I was able to go and apply and get $15,000 increase at my next job.
I'm sorry. Can you say those numbers again?
15,000 more.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Get your points, girl.
So, and literally a year later, they had a potluck. The head of the organization, she called me up personally. Hey, we would love to see you, because I stayed in touch with certain people.
Mm-hmm.
My manager had been demoted.
Woo! And he stayed there.
He'd been put back down to a lead. Where was he gonna go?
Mm-hmm.
And then the person that I trained, of course, she got his management position. So
I'll come out in the wash, child.
What you're not going to do is play with Leanne in her face. I'm going to always be strategic, because I am a leader and I know the qualities that I bring. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yep.
And in our last segment, I kind of want to talk about that leadership presence, right? Mm-hmm. How do you have a presence that commands respect and attention without being bitchy, without being seen as, that hard nose or whatever? Okay. Mm-hmm. There's a concept of executive presence. And what it is a combination of confidence, your communication skills, and the gravitas. I got fancy words sometimes. That allows you as a leader to command a room.
Absolutely.
So when you walked into a room, Sharonda,
yes,
there's a presence around you. When I walk into a room, there's a presence around me. Mm-hmm. Right? And for Black women, where a lot of times they don't want to give us the leadership position, we have to take it. And we have to extra earn it. Mm-hmm. Developing this presence really can be a powerful tool in navigating corporate spaces and also entrepreneurial ventures, because people know, okay, she's somebody to be respected, to be revered, not feared. I don't want anybody to fear me.
Right.
I want you to respect me. And I want you to know when I walk in the room that I am that bitch, that I have something that you need. Even on days when I don't feel it, people will tell me, they'd be like, okay, Leanne, what you don't get. One of my friends told me, one of my mentors told me, he said, you don't get that you're not just smart. He was like, and I'm not saying this to, tap my own horn. But he was like, what you don't get, he said, Leanne, is really you are excellent. He said, that's not the word he used, but he was like, you are, what's the word? Fantastic, something, whatever it is. He was like, you are very much, he said, you have both sides. He said, you have the technical side. He said, you also have the personal side, and you know how to speak to people in their language. He said, you are gifted. He said, I don't think you see it because you're also humble.
Yeah. You just going in there and doing what you're supposed to do. That's all. But when other people take the time to point you out to you, you're like, oh,
I'm just doing me. Yeah. And people know when I come in a room, like I'm in this mastermind training, and each Friday they do a training. Okay. And it's to the point now that after the training, Leanne has a training. And so for the next hour, they open up a room. I go into a room, and at least 10 people will come in that room. If I say I'm opening up a room,
they gravitate towards you.
People are coming.
You know what? Let me tell you something. One of the indicators for me in my Army days was when it was time to leave to go to a new assignment. Girl, those kids, my kids, the reason why or how I knew I had an impact on them was when it was time for me to leave. It's like, ma'am, are you sure you gotta go? And
You gotta go. You can't stay. You can't stay.
or during the interim of that assignment, I had other people's kids coming to be like, ma'am, can you come be my lieutenant? I was like, you already have one. And they were like, but they want you.
But no,
They want you.
But that's how you know you were a
And that's
leader.
like I said, that's how you know you
they
made it.
respected, they loved, and
Yes.
they appreciated.
Yes,
how
you get me
poured
killed,
into
girl.
them.
Yes,
They
because they
appreciated
know
how
I
you
did
poured
right by
into
them.
them. When you got somebody else's employees knocking on your door, hey, Miss Captain Sharonda, what was your position? Whatever, you know.
During that time, I was a lieutenant.
Okay,
LT, can you come?
Lieutenant Sealy, can you okay? They asked me, can you just come over and be my lieutenant too? Because I can't.
Girl, please. My kids were the fucking bomb. I didn't do anything. I just used my rank to help them.
No. You did do something. You
I nurtured my kids. I
you
went to bat.
nurtured and you poured into them. You went to bat for them when other people wouldn't.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You and Reef were helping, making sure people was getting paid that wasn't getting paid, and they wasn't even your people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Don't think I didn't remember. I don't remember. I remember the stories. Okay.
Girl, I was about to tell your story by heart, the one about you doing all of the training. I ain't say nothing. I ain't say nothing. But
we pay attention to each other, and we know leaders recognize leaders, and we know, right? Yeah. And I know who you are as a person just because of how you help me too, how we engage and how we communicate and support one another.
I'm here. Right? I'm here to be a blessing to other people. That's what I'm here to do. And that's any capacity. Like you said, I'm a servant.
I'm a servant leader.
I'm a servant leader, and I'm a leader, and all of the things in between and stuff. And I make sure that my kids had every single thing that they needed so they could focus on the job at hand and stuff. If they couldn't, get that freaking bonus after 6 months and stuff, then that's where I stepped in. Like, babe,
you're like, hold up now.
What you're not gonna do is not pay my kids. Is what you're not gonna do.
Don't play with my babies now. Don't play with, we go into mother
hen.
We're not playing with
you. I called that before.
What you're not gonna do is play with my babies. That's what I know.
That part.
We don't play that. But that's why they love us. That's why they appreciate us. And that's why they would stand up for you if somebody said anything about you.
Girl. And that's how I could walk into a room and command it. I didn't have to say anything. They saw me and they knew it was time to go to work, or if it was playtime, or if it was we got stuff. I wouldn't have to say a thing. I guess they could read my face, or the aura around me. It's like, okay,
people read your aura.
Yeah. And I mean, I went to bat for America's sons and daughters. That was my job, was to take care of them, because sometimes they came away from really terrible home situations, and me and the sergeant became their parents and stuff, and making sure that they can thrive, for their chosen professions, or get them the training that they needed, or I would bring in some food.
That's right.
Just because, no reason, but just because, and share it with the other kids. And they were like, my lieutenant don't cook for us.
You be like, your lieutenant don't cook for you?
Oh no, we eat real good over here.
Sucks to be you.
Yes, they were spoiled. They were. I mean, spoiled damn rotten. I ain't even gonna lie to you, but I made them that way.
Be like,
and they could stand up to any damn body.
They have to, because we pour into them and we communicate with them. Because the last thing I want to talk about, is we're a little bit over, is that we have to have the right verbal and nonverbal communication.
Ma'am.
Right? We have to have that. We have to know how to communicate. You can't talk to everybody crazy all the time.
Ma'am.
Now, I have been known to be a hard ass because I'm very direct, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes I've had to check myself in how I talk to people.
I wish other people could do that. Like that self-awareness piece. A lot of people don't have that.
Girl, sometimes
I have to by choice.
Sometimes I have to really rein myself in.
Do you actually apologize to people?
Yes,
when you were that? See, other people.
Yes, I do. If I did something wrong, I will I am high accountability. I will always go back and say, you know what, I was wrong. I apologize for how I came at you.
Yeah.
Because there's no skin off my back for me to apologize. To me, that's another sign.
People can't do that.
But that's another sign of a leader is I can take accountability for my actions, both good and bad.
Mm-hmm.
And then because that builds credibility and trust.
Yep.
People know that if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. And if I can't, I'm going to apologize. If I do something wrong, I'm going to apologize. I can stand it. I can stand the heat. I can stand the pressure. Doesn't mean I don't get mad. Doesn't mean I may not have an outburst, but I know I can go back and apologize.
That's
I will apologize.
Admirable quality.
So,
because if you were wrong, admit it and say you're sorry and get on with your life. Don't just the shit that we are subjected to from toxic leadership.
That's it. Because
toxic leaders don't think they do anything wrong.
No, there's nothing. You do what I say, not as I do. You just do what I say. You're here to do what I say. No. If you're my manager, you're my leader, I'm looking up to you, and you're not modeling the good qualities of a leader, and you are a bully, nothing more than a corporate bully.
Yep.
Why would I want to follow you? Why would I want to stay? I'm only staying until I can leave.
That part. It was all I could do because in the government sector, you got to stay at least 52 weeks before you can go for a promotion. Girl, at 6 months, she had the boss had nerve enough to ask me what was wrong. So I told her, but I didn't second guess myself. She asked me, so she must want to know. Girl,
you know there's a problem, ma'am.
When you were, have been in an organization before reference materials were written, you know what a leader looks like, you know what a manager looks like, and she was neither. And so I told her, she made the last 6 months hell. I'm like, but you came to me. I did not solicit my opinion to you. You asked me for it, and then you punished me for it.
Yeah, that's what they do. Because they don't want to hear the truth. They want yes men. A lot of times you have those toxic managers, they just want yes men and women around them. So, but our hour's up, Sharonda.
Oh my God.
I know. Before you know it, our hour is always up.
Always.
So what is your final word to the peopleless?
Believe in yourself. Know that you deserve the promotion. Advocate for yourself and get your me folder. So because you can't remember every fucking thing. Hell, I can't remember what the fuck I did this weekend. But if you take the time to journal, it's a form of journaling. Write a line every week. I did this. I did this. And then 6 months later, like, damn, I forgot I did that. And then you put it on your doggone evaluation form. And then your boss will be like, shit, I ain't know she did that. Advocate for yourself, believe in yourself, bet on yourself.
Yes. And invest in yourself.
Absolutely.
Leadership requires an investment. You ain't just born a leader, you grow into a leader. So you have to put yourself in places where you can gain leadership skills and qualities. Yep. Some things you're born with, a lot can be learned. So make sure you're investing the time, the effort, the money into building and growing yourself. If you're writing your stuff down every week and you realize your list is sparse as fuck, That means you need to dig in and do some more things.
Yep. Go above and beyond.
Some more things. Go above and beyond. This is for you. This is to grow your skills. Ask, are there some other projects that you can lend a hand on? Ask people for their feedback and if they can send you an email that lets you know how you did. So now you have a record of the amazing ways that you've helped people and the impact that you've had in the organization. There's nothing wrong with asking for references and asking for testimonials. There's nothing wrong with that. So as we close out today, make sure, because I ain't even do my commercial today. We just was talking.
Oh, we just was rolling.
Look, let me put this up there real quick. Let me make sure that y'all know about what's going on. You see that beautiful book footage right there, okay? We are having the Gumbo for the Black Woman Soul Anthology launch party. Do we have some? We have some. Where is it? I was trying to get something that sounded fun, but then I don't have it yet. I'm gonna have some better sounds, y'all. Okay, but either way, Tuesday, August 27th, 8 p.m. Eastern. Head on over to thegumboanthology.com to learn more, to get your copy. If you get a copy, you get to be a VIP at our event, and each book you purchase, you get a ticket and entry for our raffle. We're going to be giving away fabulous prizes, so you want to be there. Okay, head on over to thegumboanthology.com. Purchase your book. Support these 10 beautiful and amazing authors with this book that is going to change lives. Gumbo for the Black Woman Soul. It is the support that a lot of us needed back in the day that we didn't get. You're going to get 10 authentic, true, raw stories, but it's not about the trauma they've been through. It's about their path to triumph. That's what we're focusing on out of this. This isn't a sad book. This is actually an inspirational, motivational book that's going to give you so many lessons and insights on things that you may be going through right now, to let you know that you're not alone and there is a sisterhood to support you. Head on over to thegumboanthology.com, get your book, sign up for, when you sign up for the book, purchase the book, you're automatically registered for the Gumbo Party, and you're going to be on our list, and you will be a member of our family. And if you have a story that you would like to tell, you can definitely head on over there too and sign up to get on the waiting list for our next anthology that we're going to do in 2025. So with that, I want you to know leadership, just remember, okay? Leadership isn't about a title. It's about your impact and your influence and how you support your people. You have the power to make a difference, not just for yourself, but for those who are watching as you lead the way. Keep glowing, keep growing, and never stop believing in your own greatness. With love and light, this is Leanne Dose. You've been listening and tuned in to the Wake Up Happy Sis show with me and my fabulous co-host, Sharonda Seeley. Let me move that out the way so you can see our faces. And we want you to continue to rise, shine, and we're going to conquer this world together. With that, we'll see you later. Thank you for tuning in for another episode